più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor, delle belle turbando al riposo.
Hey everybody, Chico and Poppy here. Poppy, Chico's in the other room. Just got home from school on a Friday, and I am going to make Robbies and Beans, or as the Italians call them, beans and greens. Every Italian family will have a bean and green. We use the Rabe, we call them Robbies, they're broccoli Rob. And the thing about these, and then we use a good bean. We use the cannelli bean. This is a good brand here to use. So I'm going to be cooking these here. Here's the cannellis. We're going to be cooking these here, and I'm going to just add a little bit of the 100% olive oil to it. We're going to add a little bit of fresh pepper. I will put a little bit of salt in there. Not much, just a little bit. And a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Okay, and we're going to cook that on a very low heat until they can get a little tender. Now we're going to do our broccoli Rob, or our Robbies I call them. I don't know how we got the name Robbies, but my Grandma Jen called them, and that's what we call them. Okay, I've already washed them, cleaned them. Now what we want to do is we want to trim this up, and the Robbies are very, very bitter if you've never had them before, but that's what Italians like. They like that bitterness. A regular spinach wouldn't do it for an Italian. Alright, with these here, you can see these. Some of these stems are real thick, and they're very hard to eat. So I used to cook them, but I don't anymore. I'll take that stem off here, the broccoli looking part, I'll cook that. But these here, if the stem is too thick, I won't use it anymore. Let me get a smaller knife here. And you can do a lot of this with your hands. You can pull it off, do it fairly easy, but some of these, oh, that's the oven for Chico. He wants a little pizza. See, some of these stems, they're just too thick, and they're just too hard to eat, so I don't cook them anymore. And my Robbies are a couple days old. They'll start to get a little bit of a yellow there. If you do have a little bit of the yellow, you can still cook these, just avoid the yellow part. Okay? And I'm going to try to clean these as quick as possible, and then we do a little bit like a steam on these. I'll put a little bit of water in the pan, a little bit of, oh, you know what I forgot? Put a little bit of this onion we can put in with these beans. Not much, just probably about 2 tablespoons or so. And we're going to put some in with our Robbies as well, with a little bit of garlic. Okay? And you can do a lot of this with your hands. Just avoid the big pieces. And like I said, if you see a little bit of that yellow, just avoid the little bit of the yellow. That means you've had it for a couple days. I've been meaning to do these, and I just haven't gotten around to it. You gotta wash them really good, because they do get some sand and stuff in them, a little bit of gritty if you don't wash them good enough. You do this fairly quickly. This is an acquired taste. When I was growing up and I was Chico's age, no way. I never liked the Robbies. And a lot of people are like that. Mercy was like that when she, I think I told you that, when she first had the Robbies, it was a no way. And then she tried them a couple more times and a few more times, and then before you know it, it becomes a thing that you like. Maybe it'll be the same with you guys. You try this and you might surprise yourself. You might like it. Now look at the size of this stem here. You see, there's no way. That'll be so tough you won't be able to eat it. A lot of people don't know that. They'll get these for the first time and they'll cook them off and say, oh my God, they were terrible. But I don't know. They're more popular now in the stores. They sell them more. They're not as hard to find anymore. When I was growing up, they were almost impossible to find. And now you see them in the stores all the time, and they're sold out. So people are buying them. I don't know. I mean, they can't all be Italian. And I don't know what they're doing with them, how they're cooking them. I used to have a recipe that I would do with some sausage, and some chicken broth and shells. And what else was it? It was Robbies and sausage and shells. But not the kids. It's hard with that bitterness for the kids to like them. All right, it looks like I got most of this cleaned. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add some water to this because we're going to steam it. I'm going to come up maybe about an inch here. I'm going to cook this on high, and I don't want to lose that water, otherwise it'll burn the pan and these will be ruined. And I've done that before too. Okay, so we're up about here, about an inch or so, like that. I'm going to cook these on high because I want to eat them right away. We're going to put some garlic in here and some onions. Probably about a half a cup of the onions. And I got about 4 cloves of garlic here like that. Going to give it a little shot of the olive oil. Okay, we're going to put a cover on this, cook this on high. And at the same time, we are on a low here with the beans. You don't want to overcook those beans, so you're going to cook those on low. We're going to do the Robbies on high.
A few moments later.
Okay, so 10-15 minutes we've been going here. Told you I got this on high. You can see that there's still water in there. I put more than enough water because I don't want that to dry out. But these are done here. And our beans are done. So we can shut this all off now. I'm going to take these beans out, put these separate. Each person can fix their own plate on how much beans and how much greens they want. With the Robbies here, I'm going to do it like this so we can get a lot of this water off of these. I don't want to put them through a strainer because I want some of that onion and garlic to still be on the green, so I'm going to do it this way. Get as much as you can off, but we're still going to have that flavor. You see, you don't get that much by the time you cook it down. And then what we're going to do here, we're going to put a little bit of the raw olive oil on the bean. We're going to put a little bit of the raw olive oil on the Robbies. And there you have it. That's beans and greens. So then when the family comes in, they can fix their own plate like this. A little bit of the Robbies off to the side. Get a little bit of the bean. Try to get a little bit of that juice. And then you could put a little bit of the raw olive oil on there again. And I tell you not to use salt, but the Robbies and the beans, you have to have the salt. There you have it. Italian beans and greens, broccoli rabe and beans. You want to try some, Chico? I can fix you a little bit. See if maybe you're at the point where you like them now. They need a lot of salt. I always tell you not to use salt, but there's some things that you just have to have salt with. You see, you put a little bit of that and you put a little bit of salt. See that, guys? It's like a little bit of each. Grandma Jen used to make these all the time growing up, but I didn't like them. It took a while. Those beans are bitter. It's not like a regular, and that's why the bean kind of offsets the Robbies. Yeah, maybe? You getting there? Well, it's good. The beans help. If you take a little bit of the green and eat it with the bean, it kind of helps a little bit. Remember what Grandma Jen used to always say? Enjoy your life and food every day. That's right. Okay, we'll see you later. Ciao.
Quando sta chi stretto sacco schioppo in spalla, sciabola a fianco, collo dritto, muso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco cantante, poco cantante, poco cantante.